are live now for our final 2024 live stream. And we're just hanging out here for our last Hang Sundays of the year for 2024. So we are excited to move into the new year, and we all have our New Year's resolutions and our New Year's unresolutions, and we are just ready to go. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Good. Yeah, I love seeing our friends on here. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. It's
Yes.
great to see you guys. I see Sean and Alex and Armani and Chad. Yay. Thank y'all so much for
Yeah.
coming and seeing us. Yeah, I hope everyone has been having a, a restful, peaceful, whatever season it is that you celebrate. If you celebrate, and then if you don't, I hope it's been a restful time. But yeah, like I feel like it's always interesting to me when it's end of the year, because I feel like it's definitely a time of reflection. It's definitely a time of like, I really like to look back on my last year and to really think, well, first and foremost, of all the things I'm grateful for, that kind of always takes the forefront. So, yeah, what are things, and this is to the internet at large, but what are things that y'all are grateful for, and let goes in 2024s, let ins in 2025. Yeah, yeah. How about you, Hazel?
Oh man, I haven't really, oopsies. I keep having, well, one thing I want to let go of is this headset thing. Trying a new headset thing and they keep popping out. So I might have to look into a replacement for that. But you know what? Trying new things is a great idea. I always, vouch for trying new things. Check it out. Go try it. Don't always stay in your comfort zone. If you want to try something, go do it. I think that's probably what my 2024 was and what I hope will continue in 2025. So yeah, that would be my answer, including with these headphones.
Love it.
How about you, Scott?
So what's the question again?
Like things that you were grateful for in 2024, things you want to let go of, or things that you want to bring in 2025.
So definitely grateful for being able to play a lot of music in 2024. And it was we played 44 shows this year. That's really good for an fully independent band. So yeah, that was amazing. And I'm definitely looking forward to the new year. We're excited. I'm very excited to be working on a whole bunch of new Alice music. And yeah, I don't know. In terms of like letting go, I definitely I have personal things that I'm working on, and just in terms of my own habits and stuff like that. Like I just want to be more optimized and healthier in 2025. That's always sort of an underlying goal for me. I want to run more, I want to hike more, do all the things that feed my soul, and write more music. So yeah, definitely looking forward to all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Love it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we were just recording vocals for the XRL7 track yesterday. So that's on deck. Passing it over to Hazel and Gordon in this upcoming week. For yes. But yeah, that was really fun to explore that. I'm actually digging in a bit into my old MKIO style vocals, so that was kind of fun to dust that off a bit. So bringing a little bit of the heaviness. Yes.
Great.
Yeah, I am very excited to finish off Still Below. That's something that I think that we've just been chomping at the bit to finish, and I think it's going to be really special to be able to like really find the bow, so to speak, and to tie that loose end and to be like, okay, now we're ready to close this chapter and release it into the world and bring in whatever is next. So yeah, I think that's something that I'm really excited for. Yeah.
It is time. It is time.
It is the time.
is the
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
For
I'm also
everyone
like,
who, oh, go
oh, go
on.
ahead, Scott.
I was
You,
going to say,
you
for
go ahead.
anyone that's watching in the chat, why don't you feel free to put in things that you are looking forward to next year, things that you're also looking forward to letting go as well. But yeah, go on.
Yeah. Well, I love what Holly is saying on Facebook. Just grateful for family and wanting to let go of past trauma and allow herself to emotionally and spiritually heal. I think that's so beautiful. Definitely in line, I think for all of us. I think it's one of those things that healing is always such a beautiful intention to call in. And I think music is for me has always been really key to finding healing. And I think that's really beautiful that we're all converging in this musical convergence. That's how we're all that's how we all know each other and that we're
Yeah.
connecting. It's so universal in that way. So yeah, and it's so interesting because I feel like healing journey is it's not a straight line, It's like it's one of those things where you have like zigzags and you find your way, and your way is obviously going to be so different than the way it is for somebody else. So, but wishing you the best on that journey, Holly. Yeah. Any other fun New Year's intentions that are out there in the world?
Yeah, I'm seeing some good ones coming through on the YouTube. Somebody mentioned going on an ayahuasca journey.
Ooh.
Let's see. There's a lot of comments about hazel hair.
Apparently.
Nice.
But yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming in. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, DC Stevens is reminding us, grateful for the white rabbit. Yes, indeed. White rabbit is intact. She is home safe and sound. Thanks so much to everyone who supported and made it possible to bring her home. Yes, we are so grateful. We were just at Steve's yesterday getting, our equipment arranged and getting ourselves situated for recording, and just seeing her in the driveway just warmed my heart. I was like, oh, there she is, White Rabbit. She is absolutely part of the family. So yes, that is definitely something we're so grateful for. For those of you who are new to us, White Rabbit is our tour van. And she broke down on us on our last tour and was left in Flagstaff, Arizona, and we had to fly. She had her, what was it, transmission that we had to like get it repaired.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a whole hullabaloo. But yeah, thanks to everyone's donations and kindness, we were able to bring her home and get her repaired. So yes, absolutely something to be grateful for.
Yeah. Hey, Marco Grimm from Germany. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Marco.
I feel like it's probably pretty late there, I imagine.
Yeah, what time is it in Germany?
Good question.
I like what Ryden is saying, letting to break more mental barriers than letting go of worry and stress from the past that keeps holding you back. That is beautiful. Yeah, isn't that funny how we absolutely can let those barriers get in the way, and that self-talk that tells us either that we're not enough or not to try the new thing or whatever it is that it keeps you from doing or living the life that you want to live. So that is awesome that you're setting that intention. I think that's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. It's very inspiring. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, we're getting some comments on Instagram as well, because we're also live on Instagram right now. Just getting some love from Lewis Shoots Film. Says hello. Yeah, lots of people hanging out.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
It always feels so strange this time of year for me too, sort of like the nebulous in between where you're like, okay, should I be productive? Should I be resting? It's so interesting to me because animals hibernate during this time, but humans are particularly social. I tend to veer towards the cave myself. Like it's like I feel like I've outputted a lot this year, especially with all the touring. And there's a big part of me that was like, okay, I need my cave. I need to get into my comfy clothes and be in the cave and drink a lot of yummy, warm things and read and write. And that's just sort of been my MO, at least this particular season. So, yes. Besides the stomach flu, I was telling Hazel earlier that I unfortunately had a rather terrible bout of stomach flu for the holidays. So grateful that is over.
Yeah,
Yes.
terrible. So terrible. So many people getting sick too. You know, it's just like we had, and now I think that after COVID, everyone's just super aware too, although that sounded really bad. But like, I think as I watch people get sick, you know, everyone just has a new awareness of illness and a new like understanding and appreciation for what it can do to you. And not just y'all, because it sounded like that was really bad. Like you wouldn't have missed that. But I've noticed other people in my life that I wouldn't have, you know, they're talking a lot more about the illnesses they're having. And I think that is a effect of COVID. It made us all a bit more aware of our bodies and being sick and what it can do.
Yeah, I think also maybe more also compassionate and empathetic to other people that are also going through sickness. I see Sean on Facebook sharing about your cancer journey, and it's always wonderful to see you on here. And we are rooting for you and sending you a lot of love. I love that you are working to make a song about that. That is beautiful. I saw that Tripwire is also wanting to make some new music. I love that we have fellow artists and musicians on here. Yeah, I think new music is absolutely in order for sure.
Yes. It is the time of creations.
Yes,
you know,
it is the time of creations.
I feel like when the sky is super dark most of the day, you know, it's a lot of inspiration going on. So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun too when you're like like you set the intention of where you're like, okay, I want to make some music. Okay, now how am I going to do that? Because you know, we all have different instruments or different ways of doing it. I myself, for me, it's a lot of times either on the piano or like just pen and notepad. That's it. Playing around with melodies and lyrics and that sort of thing that just kind of float in the nethers. So it's always kind of a fun approach before we bring it to the band and jam it out.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, it's exciting times.
It is exciting times. Yes. I love this. So Tripwire's sharing that they're a beginner on creating music and you've been playing other people's music for over 30 years. Well, that is awesome that you're stepping into the creation mode. That's really, really cool. I think especially with your level of awareness of so much music, I'm sure that you're going to bring something very special and unique to the forum. So I am looking forward to hearing what you have to create. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
John Horn says, "Wake up, Scott." I swear I'm awake.
You're like, I am awake.
I don't know. I'm drinking a lot of coffee. I love coffee.
Coffee's good.
It's definitely like my obsession and my love.
Now, does coffee actually wake you up, or
depends on the time of day. It doesn't really wake me up anymore, but it just sort of keeps me sane.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Keeps my sanity.
Yes.
Yeah, we got for Christmas I just kind of bought, you know, gifts like, you know, not anything earth-shattering, just small things for the house and stuff. And we got I got a French press. And it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think what I really want is Steve's Nespresso. Like that's like what I'm craving. And I was like,
it's really
maybe
good.
maybe the $12 French press will fill that hole that the $200 Nespresso gave me. It did not.
I do like I really love doing like my own pour over. So I just have like a little like cheap like pour over thing that I bought on Amazon for like $10, and it makes the best coffee, you know. I love it.
Yeah, I think I've had some of that. I think you've made
Very possible. Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Nespresso though, goals.
I don't
know where I put
Yeah.
it because I got the regular Keurig, and then like where would you put the Nespresso? Like then you have two like Keurig-y looking things next to each other. Do they have one that's combined?
Yeah, they do.
Nice.
They do.
Oh, they
There's
do?
a
That's like
Nespresso thing. It's got it's like $20,000. I don't know, but yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah,
But
those are not.
it's probably awesome. The best.
I love those Nespressos. Are very good. I kind of live on those when I'm over there.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the association too, because like, you know, we're all together, we're doing music. You
go get the Nespresso.
Yes, it's all part of the process. So.
It is. It becomes a ritual, right?
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, I love.
So maybe it's good that it stays there, and I don't spend the $100 on it for my house.
Yes. Yeah. I see here there's varying votes on tea versus coffee. Dusty is drinking tea out of his Alice Black Friday ceramic mug. That is so cool. I love that.
Nice.
Yes.
What
tea. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah. What kind of tea? Yeah. Good question.
Good question. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. John is saying, please don't start talking about food. We make him hungry every time.
I feel like invariably, like that usually is like the major topic, you know, for half of our streams, for any stream, because we love food, but we won't talk about it.
Yeah, that's true. We do love both.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love both. I love tea in the afternoon when I think it's like too late for coffee.
Yes, indeed. So I will say that I can drink coffee before a show and it can be nighttime and I still manage to sleep. That tour tired is a whole different level of tired. So
that is a different beast.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I could drink coffee and sleep now. It's weird. But probably because I drink too much coffee.
Yeah.
But, see, I asked ChatGPT how much coffee it takes to like overdose, because I was like, okay, I have to be careful, but I'm good because it's like about 100 cups in like
oh my God. What happens when you overdose on caffeine? Like, I don't even know if I want to know. Now I'm gonna have a new fear.
You don't want to know.
No,
it's not a good thing, but it's possible.
No, that's bad.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like good. You can smoke you can kill yourself by smoking a lot of cigarettes at the same time, the same way too.
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That sounds really horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, all right, just making sure that I could have my whatever 5 to 10 cups a day if need be, and I'll be, all right. I won't be like, calling the paramedics or something. Or Steve. I'll call Steve first though.
Like, wow, you just shouldn't have had all that coffee.
So I'm seeing some discussion about tour tired. I love that T Price is comparing it to deployment tired, which I can't even fathom. Like that must be a whole different level of tired for sure.
Oh
yeah. I would say that tour tired, it's like a marathon in the day, because you're going on roughly 2 to 4 hours of sleep. Like you try to sleep in the van, but there's only really so much quality sleep that you get, really, because it's a moving van. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of noise. I usually put in my earphones and I listen to like different kinds of like sound healing while I'm sleeping. But like, yeah, I feel like you save your energy up until the show. And then you have this like spurt of energy. And then like once you get back to wherever you're sleeping, it's like there's this crash. We usually kind of hang out though. Like usually we'll like eat cereal after a show, something like that.
Yeah, ramen
Hang
cake.
out for a
That's a
little
good one.
bit. Yeah, ramen, like
I
cereal,
love ramen.
something. Midnight ramen or 2
Yeah.
a.m.
If
ramen.
you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see all of our tour vlogs. Usually we film them either right after we're loading out or when we're actually at whatever place we're sleeping at. And that's when we get really silly. So you'll see all the shenanigans that happen.
Yeah.
Only then,
Do
of
it.
course, because we are very serious the rest of the time.
Right.
But yeah, so then I feel like then it's like I don't know, I think I personally kind of am used to inhabiting that level of sleepy and tired. I'm just very loopy, so I feel like everyone's very patient with me if I repeat myself or forget. I'm forgetful.
Never.
Oh.
Never. Never.
Yeah. Don't trust Tosh with physical items in her hand during this time. I
Oh
have lost many,
man.
many things.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, I could see that little, just a little, but not much. Not much.
I was just reading that Holly's got a regular coffee machine, a pour over coffee pot, and a French press. So she's like
Ooh.
the coffee, like super coffee.
Wow.
So
That's
basically, we're
that's
all going to
amazing.
come over, Holly, and we'll have like a little coffee party.
sounds great. Love a
Yes.
coffee party.
Yeah. Let's see how much coffee I could drink before I pass out. What's
Gotta find
interesting, Sean was asking, what is our favorite or go-to Christmas songs that bring us comfort and joy?
Oh
Do you all have
God.
any of those?
That's a tough question.
I know.
Wow.
I'll say really quick the Christmas donkey song. It's a good one. I've heard it one time on tour actually when we were in like a Walmart or something and we were getting some things and it was during the fall and there was snow and all of a sudden like the Christmas donkey song comes on and that gave me a lot of comfort and joy.
I love that. Can you sing it for us?
Yes, please.
I think it's Dominic the Donkey, the Italian Christmas song. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
If you don't sing it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't remember how it goes, but I'll see if I can find it. I'll post it.
No, that doesn't count.
I can't. Well, I can't do it because there's like actually like you have to go like hee haw and all that stuff.
I don't
know.
I love it.
But I'll throw the link to the Christmas. It only has like 9 million views on YouTube, but
okay.
It's an older song. I think I feel like it's like an older song, but that's mine.
Yeah. So my family always did the Chipmunk Christmas album, and I totally forgot about that until y'all just asked. So thank you for reminding me because it's a bygone tradition that I think I need to bring back. It just now when I hear it in my head, immediately I'm thinking Christmas. It's that chipmunk, and then Alan's like yelling at the chipmunk, and rah, rah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's a very sweet song. It's like I hear it in my head too. It's a good one.
Yes.
What about you, Tosh?
Actually, I think "Oh Holy Night." I think it's such a beautiful song. Yeah, it's such a beautiful song. There's just something about the song. Like even when it's not Christmas time, I think it's a beautiful song. So
there's some
it is one of
beautiful
those ones
that just expand on the voice too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like the Charlie Brown Christmas song, or just that awesome piano line. Isn't there like a Charlie Brown Christmas song? Or maybe I'm just thinking about the Charlie Brown theme song in general because it reminds me of Christmas because it's always like on TV.
Oh, that's yeah.
I sort of associate it all together in my head.
Yeah. Definitely.
I love that
Yes.
the donkey song has been shared and is out.
The donkey
It's out
song has
there.
been
Yes,
shown.
yes.
Yes, it is shared. It has been shared. Oh, Tripwire's on Twitch. Thanks for holding down the fort on our Twitch channel. It has been very like we haven't done too much, just in terms of streaming. It's just these like monthly streams now. So thanks for holding it down.
Yeah, we will definitely be doing more of that in the upcoming year, for sure. And yeah, we're not touring for now while we're focusing on finishing the album, but definitely going to be looking into different streams and such in the meantime. So yeah, that is definitely on our little bucket list for the upcoming year.
Mhm.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah. Oh, we are speaking of bucket list, fingers and toesies crossed. We've been trying to finish up the Alice app. And we're on our third submission to the Apple Store, so hopefully, fingers
Yeah.
crossed, they
Fingers
will approve it this time,
crossed.
and we will have something to share
Mhm.
for y'all. And y'all can play around with it. And if by the way, if there's any feedback when you're playing around with it, we definitely are open to it. The beauty of developing your own app is that you are the ones that create it. So
Yeah.
yes, if y'all have any feedback, we would
Mhm.
absolutely welcome it. I love that our community is filled with other people, kindred spirits of the artist, writer ilk. Also that we all love playing games. So yes, there is going to be a game that's included on the app. So yes,
Fun.
yes, we are excited about that.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
Working
hopefully.
so hard. So everybody check it out because this is a
Yes.
long time coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Apple was like, they have very strict rules. So one of them being is like, you have to like really when you make an app, it's got to be like a real serious, legitimate like use case for having like, software running on their phone. That's not like a website. So, we're like, okay, let's make a game. So we built a game and it's awesome. I think it's awesome.
Mhm.
And I cannot wait for y'all to check it out. And it was a fun project to like for me to do because I've been doing more and more app development in general, and it was just like it's a great thing for me to just like cut my teeth to get back into it. And yeah, I'm excited.
Alex is asking if it's going to be on the Android too.
Yeah, once we get it up and running on the Apple Store, my next goal is to get it on Android, Google Play. So it'll definitely be up on there, but not at the same time. So once we see that it's like doing okay on the Apple Store, we'll get it up on the Android Store, and it'll be free too. So it's just you don't have to pay anything.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very soon. I'm excited. I think it's one of those things that you started developing in the summertime. Well, we were coming close to
Yeah,
finishing.
yeah,
But yeah, there's been some back and forth. And I think one of the things I love about technology is how creative you can get with it too. I think it's a whole different level of expression. That's something that the Ellis folks absolutely love is like the play of the creative technology. So
We
yeah,
could
infinite
talk a lot about
possibilities
that for
there.
sure. Mhm.
Oh yeah.
yes, yes. Y'all, I can't wait for y'all to check it out, and very excited. But yeah, like Tosh said, we were working on new music. We're going to be sending Hazel a new song very soon because we finished tracking vocals for it. And we're getting to the point where we're like, all right, let's get some Hazel and Gordon singing on it. So we're excited to get it out. Get it out.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We're being asked if we have any plans for New Year's Eve. What is everyone's plans for New Year's Eve? What are y'all What
Good
are
question.
y'all's adventures or non-adventures? Yeah. What are you up to, Hazel?
Well, unfortunately, President Carter died. So this week I'm going to
Oh,
be working on the
I had no idea.
presidential funeral. So
mm,
there will probably be very little fun time for me this week. It's going to be kind of serious and
yeah.
lots of work. So
Mhm.
yeah, just found out today. It's
Wow.
That's
sad.
crazy. I bet you it's just
Yeah.
like all over the news, and I just haven't checked the news. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the
Wow.
news. I got the message from work like,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
Mm.
I see it. 100.
Oh,
He was
oh
100
wow, that's
years
crazy.
old.
yeah,
Wow.
he made 100. It's
Wow.
interesting that he made it through the holidays. I bet that's not
Yeah.
Yeah.
uncommon to make it through the holidays and then yeah.
Mm.
So
I
Wow.
feel like December for some reason it's a weird time because I for some reason I know more people who have passed away this month than like any other month. It's
mm,
very strange. Like almost everyone that I know that has passed, it's in December. So
that's
very
Yeah.
that's
strange.
that's really
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
There,
that this. Oh, go
yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I know that for that reason and others, that this can be a very hard time of year for a lot of people. It's like I think as well, it's like having that expectation or that pressure that you have to have like joyful holiday times when maybe sometimes you're just sad. That's definitely me for one, where I'm like, I've kind of resigned myself to the fact that usually around this time of year, it's my time to just kind of process and be sad. Like sometimes it's just one of those things where I need to like hold my little plushie in the dark and cry, and that's
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
cathartic and healing for me. Um, but yeah, I know that this is a time where there are people that are no longer with us, and that especially can be hard. So,
Mm.
yeah, I feel like in that sense, I feel like a lot of love for like I guess the world at large, because it's like it's one
Mhm.
of those things where, especially because I think it could be the darkness, the lack of the light, many things, but I think there are people that are not with us that sometimes that especially make it hard. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a great point.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad.
yeah, yeah,
But it is a time of rest, and maybe that's why. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I think it is important to just kind of be where you are. I do love my friends that like just absolutely love the holidays. I think it's really cute and really sweet. And then, for those that have a harder time, I always like to try to reach out and to let people know that they are loved.
Mm,
So yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's really important for sure.
hmm
Gotta
yeah,
let people know.
yeah,
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't
absolutely.
know.
Yeah. Oh, uh, Chad is mentioning that it's close to his birthday. Happy birthday
All
to you,
right.
Chad. Yeah, happy birthday. So grateful to know
Happy
you. Yeah,
birthday.
and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing to know we get to celebrate your day that you were born into the world.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Um, T Price is mentioning that they have that you have a problem with people who come to Alaska because they lose their minds and get depressed. Yeah,
Oh.
my dad was stationed in Alaska and was mentioning that as well. Like, notice that because there's so many months of the year that it can be really dark, and so that can definitely contribute to the depression. So I visited it myself actually, but it was in the summertime, so it was always light. Um, so yeah, it's interesting when you live in regions where it can be dark for long periods of time.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's tough. That's really tough. That seasonal affective disorder is probably so bad there.
yeah,
Well, it's
yeah.
also like dark. So it's very dark there, right? Like,
hmm Yeah.
as far as I know. But
How
Yeah.
long does it go where it's just night?
Right.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
my
good
question
question.
too. Right.
Yeah, T, if you can share that experience, like how long does it stay dark?
In Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at Google too, but I'll let you answer.
Yeah. I'm so curious because I wonder, I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out like how long you can go before you start seeing like effects of, hey, this
Mm-hmm.
isn't working with my system. I'm sure
Yeah.
people that there could probably get more used to it, obviously, but I'd be curious to know like what would you expect? You'd have to prepare ahead of time. Like, okay, is
Mm-hmm.
this 3 months of this or is it like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Well, I was reading on Google, in
Three.
Barrow, 67 days of darkness.
Mm. Wow.
No,
Wow.
Mhm.
that's crazy. How do
It
people do
is.
it? I need to know because
Yeah.
even with this like dark at
I can't
5, I get
imagine.
depressed. Like, I need to know the
Yeah.
answers. I mean, they have the answers. They
Mm-hmm.
have the answers. Give them up. Tell us how you do it. That's crazy. 3 to 4 months. Wow.
Wow. And it's funny because I actually prefer the dark. Like today in LA, it's super gray and cloudy, and kind of foggy, and I love it. I actually
You love
love
it.
it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right.
I
You told me
love
you
it. It's
love the
my
doom and
favorite. Yeah,
gloom.
I love the
That's
gray, gloomy. I feel
that's
like it's for me
interesting.
the perfect hiking weather. Like I love being
Mhm.
outside when it's like kind of dark and cloudy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more
It's
of
good
a
for that for sure. The
yeah.
sun can be really, really intense, especially when you get up on the mountain.
Hmm. Yeah.
What's funny is like a lot of people come out here during the winter to get more sun and everything, and I'm like, man, I just want it to be like overcast, cloudy, and rainy. That's my that's my favorite weather right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I feel the same.
Yeah. That's so interesting. I can't do it. Just can't do it. It's weird. I
Mhm.
like it. Like occasionally I'll really enjoy it, but even in LA, I remember
Hmm.
living in Santa Barbara and it was always in June, it was like super
Right.
gray.
June
And I go
gloom.
out to
Yeah.
the ocean, I just sit there and listen to really depressing music in my car, be super sad.
Yeah.
I couldn't hang. I couldn't deal with it. Like I had to process it.
Ah, it's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
DC Stevens is mentioning in Iowa that it was super foggy yesterday morning and evening, which sounds
Mm.
lovely to me. I would love that. Yeah. When I wake up and I see a foggy day outside, I'm like, it's a hike day. That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
my first thought.
Time to go
That's
outside.
amazing. That's
Hmm.
Yeah.
amazing. I'm looking forward
Um.
to retiring into the tropics personally. So
Ooh.
And what's
Where?
tropics for you?
Which tropics?
it's tropics for me or desert. It's going to be hot. I like humid though. So hot, humid would be great.
Yeah.
A warm night is like the best. A warm, clear night,
Mm.
the best thing.
Well,
That's my
it's nice when
favorite.
there's
That's
like
my favorite.
a warm body of water you could just like jump into at night. You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So nice. Love all that.
I'm seeing some people in Massachusetts, Melissa in Watkins Glen, New York, also sharing that there's some rain going on, and that sounds awesome.
Mm.
So I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're on our Discord, post pictures of the rain in your cloudy skies
Yes,
because
yes, yes. Oh, I
I
love
love it.
it.
Hmm.
Oh, hello, Alan. Alan is from Michigan's Upper Peninsula and new to our music and Mad Hatter Army. Welcome. Thank you for
Nice.
being
Great.
here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yay.
Holly is sharing that she has a pair of owls that nest in a giant sycamore tree in her backyard, and she hears them hunting every evening at dusk.
Wow.
And that makes you happy and love going outside and listening to them. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
That's
Yeah.
Really
really
amazing.
Sound
Yeah.
Sounds of nature. That's always the best.
You just can't beat it.
Hmm.
I went
Hmm.
on a hike the other day where it's like, yeah, all I could hear were like birds and wind and a little bit of running water, and it was just the best. It's just a great way to clear my head.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's perfect. Sometimes the rain is perfect.
Hmm.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I like a hot rain. Hot rain.
Right.
Warm rain. Let's do warm rain.
Warm rain. Yeah.
Oh,
I
warm
know
rain
you
is nice.
probably get a lot more weather than LA where you live, Hazel. So you're
Yeah,
probably like,
we
give
do.
me some of that LA weather.
Today was like 65 degrees though. It was weird. The weather out here is really like
That's pretty warm for y'all, huh?
it's very warm. I mean, it was 20 degrees and during Thanksgiving into Christmas, and then all of a sudden it's been like 65. It's so weird here. Like the weather here is, notoriously bipolar. I don't think that's a great way to say it, but like that's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any snow or anything?
No snow yet. Usually that's like February, late January, February.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha. Yeah.
I had a dream last night that I was in the snow and I was driving, but I was like, it was one of those dreams where you're like looking down on yourself, So it was like a bird's eye view, almost like it was like a movie or something, and I was a drone, and I was watching myself drive on a highway, and I just couldn't control the car, and I was like veering off because of the snow, and I was like, man, I really need a Subaru in my dream.
Would a Subaru have fixed that?
I don't know, but I like woke up thinking like, man, I really need a Subaru. It was weird. I wonder if like somehow they're like sending me like subliminal commercials in my brain. They're like, you will dream about owning a Subaru. And I swear I do want one. I'm like,
oh no.
Yeah. A weird dream.
That's so funny.
Subliminal commercials in your dreams. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's really, really funny. I also think maybe you have a little PTSD from the trip to go get
right. Yeah, that was Yes, definitely.
Gosh, you're probably still processing the danger of that because you realized it in the moment, probably just like, okay.
It was freaking scary.
Yeah. Not great.
Yeah, that was an experience. I know we talked about it many stream, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, not great at all.
Alan sharing that their plan is to move their small recording studio onto the boat and turn it into a floating home recording studio, which sounds amazing.
Wait, what? Where's this boat? This sounds awesome.
I know. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to record, and I guess I've always been used to just having like a stationary place to record, but that would be so interesting to be on the water for sure.
Yeah.
Dream places to record. I would like to see the Northern Lights and record in Iceland. I'm just going to put it out there.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Let's do it. Just
let's do it.
Planning to see.
Putting it out there.
Yeah. Yes.
That also reminded me. Oh, you could go.
I was like, a bunch of people saw the Northern Lights in America. Like there was the Aurora Borealis all over.
That.
Where was that? In the East Coast, I guess. Yeah,
people were taking pictures. I thought it was in Oregon too, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit north of where you all are. Like, yeah, but there were people here that were like out in certain areas that could see it, and I mean that kind of scared me because I was like, so I know that it's like a. I mean, is it pollution? Like, what exactly is causing it to be so low on the hemisphere?
Yeah, it's probably pollution. Yeah, you're like, oh, this is beautiful pollution.
This beautiful pollution. Let me see the Aurora Borealis without going to.
Well, maybe Iceland. It was like I think I heard the ozone, like the hole in the ozone layer is getting repaired. So maybe. Because of that, so maybe it's not pollution. It's like
maybe it's the
there's
opposite.
Something really, really good happening.
Yeah.
I gotta look into this.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say earlier was the whole boat, like recording studio on a boat, reminded me of another dream I had. But I was basically, that episode of Metalocalypse when they're in a submarine and they're recording an album, and like that's the coolest thing ever. Like you're in a freaking submarine making the most metal the most metal songs that you could think of. And there's sea monsters, and you're writing songs about them. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a dream.
I'd be so scared to have any of my gear on a boat or a submarine. Like that would terrify me. Like, who would do that
Yes.
unless you had just like an extra studio to be like, if this one goes down, I got another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. You got to get like marine insurance or something.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Who's
The
gonna
marine
insure like my
insurance.
$100,000?
Mhm.
Not
Yeah.
mine, but like whoever professional student, someone's
Mhm.
like, well, I'm putting it on a houseboat, so someone's gotta insure it, right?
Well, if it's in a submarine, it'd be like the ultimate sound isolation in a way, right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or space. So like
Or
then if you're like
space.
in
Oh,
space,
record in
then
space.
you could put the amp out in space and then you run a speaker cable out and then somehow record it. But then you need airwaves. So I don't know, like that would be weird. But it'd be
That's
very,
a really good
very
point.
quiet.
How can you
Yeah.
record in zero gravity? What does your voice sound like in zero gravity? Does it change?
Well, if there's oxygen, then it'll
Oh,
still,
okay. It's still
but
the
then
same.
yeah, maybe it sounds different. You know, if the air molecules are more bouncy. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of like there's gotta be changes
Mm-hmm.
in zero, even in just in
Yeah,
zero gravity. Like, what is that gonna do to your whole how would we sing? Tosh, how would we sing in
yeah.
zero gravity? Like we don't have anything to
Mm.
like her.
I don't know, but I want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
There's gotta be some well, are you want to go to space? I think it's terrifying.
Yes.
I would love to go to space, but like, oh my gosh, the whole process of getting there is terrifying.
Are you
Yeah,
afraid
they
of
need to.
heights?
No, but I'm afraid of like mechanical failures.
That's fair.
Like the whole time I'd be like, what's that sound? What's that sound? Is that normal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was reading that one of the people or astronauts on the International Space Station was hearing some sort of like weird sound, you know, and like any little thing is probably kind of scary. Well, you know, you're like, what is that? You know, so it was like a big deal. You know, they're
Yeah.
like, okay, we're gonna figure out what this sound is, and it turned out to be some sort of mechanical thing, but it was still. I mean, anything going wrong is like the worst day you'll have. You know, on
Yeah.
the space station.
Mm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what terrifies me. It's the man-made stuff in space. Space doesn't
Mm-hmm.
scare me. We know what space is, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
We know
Well,
it's
it's
dangerous.
funny because we have like the movie version of what space is like, right? Because it's like, for those of us that love like Star Trek, we're like, of course you're gonna have like your holodeck and your own little
Mm-hmm.
cabin, but in reality,
Yeah.
that is probably not at all the case for a while.
That's such a good point. Like how miserable. And I saw like I was watching some space station stuff last couple nights ago and
Hmm.
there was like an alert or something and they went into like where they would be like the escape pod, I guess, like and it was crazy small and they're in there with all this stuff and they're just like sitting in there like floating in and like getting in
Mm-hmm.
between all this stuff and they're like together and I was like that's terrifying. That is not a comfortable escape pod. That is not like Star Trek at all. It was very disturbing. You probably need to like really train yourself to not have claustrophobia too. You know, you're in these little
That
tubes
is
and
true. That is true.
yeah.
So we're being asked about tour plans and new music. So we are working on a song as we speak. Well, not right now. Although that would be interesting that if we were like recording, we might should do that on one of these streams. But we
Definitely.
are working on a song for XRL7. It's a collaboration. So I just recorded vocals for that. And we're passing it over to Hazel and Gordon this week. So we will have a song hopefully in the next few weeks that's ready to go. I'm not sure when it will get released, but at least the song will be done. And we have another song on deck already that's going to be on the Still Below album. As far as tour is concerned, we're not planning on anything until we're finished with the new music
Yeah.
because it's very time intensive for me to work on tour booking. So I wanted to just kind of focus on like the songs and the album and everything like that before we dive into the tour booking. But that will happen. Absolutely. We absolutely love being out there and getting to see everyone in person, it is particular joy for us. This is a band that is absolutely about the live music. I think me personally, I love even just watching live shows. Like, it brings me so much inspiration and joy. Actually just saw this amazing show, watching Aurora. She was incredible, so inspiring. And it was one of those, like, like inspiring heart, soulful artists for me. So yeah, that was a tangent, but yes, we will be out there. We will be out there for sure, because we love playing live. So yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
And Aurora is amazing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah.
She was so wonderfully raw. I loved how just raw she was, just totally honest. It was very refreshing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I won't forget when we put that on in the morning on tour, whatever day that was. You're like, what music are we listen to? And Nuda was like, Aurora. And so we listened to that all morning.
Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. In New Orleans, we had the girls' room. And so it was like slumber party. It was like a slumber party pretty much every day, which is great.
Yeah.
So yeah. And yeah, we got to take turns with the music in the morning, and Nuda chose Aurora, and that was awesome. So
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Brian, thank you so much. Brian was saying, hopefully this tour goes better than last. I'm just so happy to meet us in person. Yeah, it was wonderful meeting you as well. That show was so much fun. This was in Kansas. So yeah, we absolutely loved it. T is asking if we take poetry submissions, used to write lyrics for the goth metal band that you had. That's so awesome that you had I love goth metal. Well, we have a Discord, if you're interested in joining that, where you can actually share your writings and your music. And there's people on there as well that are always looking for people to collaborate with, and that's awesome. Internally in the band, that's something that we actually like to do ourselves. I always love reading other people's poetry, but the writing, the music and the words and everything like that is something that is part of our expression and that we absolutely love doing ourselves. So, but thank you for offering that. That's awesome. And if you'd like to share it with us, I'd absolutely love to read it. So, yeah, I am a particular lover of poetry. Like, I love going to open mics and listening to poems. And I have been known to occasionally share some of my own when I'm brave enough. So, yeah. It's been a while. John, thank you so much for tuning in. John is taking off. Yes, Alexander is saying, join our Discord. We have stuffed pancakes and spiked tea.
Yes,
yeah, we have a good time on
the invite link.
Yes.
I'll send out a link so you all can join up the Discord. Because we need more awesome people.
Yes, please. And Jimmy is saying, oh, hi, Jess. Just waiting. Hello. Jimmy is saying that we helped make this a most memorable year. Thank you, Alice, and looking forward to the Hatters having an amazing new year. Oh, thank you so much. So happy that we have been part of a memorable year for you. Yeah, we definitely feel the same. Being a part of this community is something that we're so grateful for. Just couldn't ask for a better group of people to be surrounded with. Thank you all so much for the kindness and the support and the generosity, sharing your inspiration with us. Love hearing the stories and, how the music has connected to you. And just getting to know you all better. I feel like one of the things that I love is that there's some people that have been part of our community for a while, and I just love that we have these shared stories and memories as the months and the years go by. So yeah, thank you all so much for taking the time to tune in and to share your beautiful selves with us. Yeah,
we appreciate it. so much.
Very, very much
I guess
so.
it's that time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about
So,
that time.
for those in our inner circle, we're going to be taking a short little break and then starting our tea time. And to the rest of y'all, thank you so much. Wishing you a beautiful new year. And hopefully happy couple of last days of 2024. Yeah, and we will see you guys on the flip side.
Yay.
Yes, we'll see you in 2025.
Yes.
Or on the tea time. See you soon. Bye.